Yeah, I thought obviously games coming thick and fast. Looking
Yeah.
forward to this weekend's game.
Yes, I am looking forward to it. It's nice to be back at home again. We've done well there this season, so the boys will be looking forward to playing there. Difficult opponent, Morecambe. The games I've watched on them look to me as they've been quite unfortunate in many of them, and they've taken points off a lot of the teams that are currently up the top of the table. So we have to be on our guard. We're going to have to play well if we're going to get anything from it.
Do you think that there's the added danger as well of it being a derby with their players maybe being, extending their levels to even higher than they've been so far in the season?
I think so. I think there'll be an atmosphere at the ground, which there always comes with a derby day, doesn't it? So, but that should drive our players on too. And we know whether it's a derby or not, we know that our home patch is a very difficult place for opponents to travel to, even though you're only coming over a short distance. So we're looking forward to the game. We've prepared properly, like we always do. We'll have our game plan. I'm sure they'll have theirs, but hopefully we can come out on top.
And with the home form being again so strong as it was this year as last year, what do you think is the main factors in why it's such a tough place to go?
Look, last year's last year. Obviously, I wasn't here, so it's not for me to comment on that. But all I can say this year, I think we've been on the front foot in, I would say, 80% of our games at home. We've played some really good football, and we've looked at a real good team at Holker Street. So that's come from hard work. It's come from having good players. It's come from having a good organisation, and we're looking forward to getting going again.
In terms of recovering from Tuesday night, Tom, particularly one of the players who went down late on,
Yes.
everyone all right after that game?
Dom's trained today, not only had a light session because it was obviously he was still in recovery after the game, but Dom will be fit. He just had some cramp in his hamstring. He'll be fine for the weekend.
Was it quite good as well to Tuesday night to have some players who played a lot of minutes, the likes of Dino and Ben Jackson, not have to play any minutes that day?
Yeah, I think they deserve the rest, the boys. I think they've done the majority of the games this season. I think we've only had 2 free game weeks since the start of the season. So it's been hard on the lads, and obviously we've suffered through that with injury. Obviously we had a great cup run in the Carabao Cup, which obviously will live long in the memory for everybody. But it also meant that we were playing a lot more than maybe some of the teams around us. But no, I think they deserved a rest, and I think the boys that came in, I think I made 7 changes, and probably the 4 that I didn't change, I probably took them off at half time. So I tried to mix it up a little bit, and I think the boys that probably did play the majority of it needed that game, and they'll be better for having 90 minutes under their belts.
And after Tuesday's game with Bolton, Aston Villa's result meant that we were out of the competition.
Right.
As much as you never want to lose a game, do you think, like you said, with all of the games that have been happening, is it a slight silver lining maybe to not have those games to worry about later on in the season?
Do you know what? I think if we hadn't been hit hard by the injuries, you kind of let's take the games on. Let's try and go as far as we can in every competition. You want to win every game, but I think because we've suffered probably more than I was expecting, look, to not have the games, it might be okay, but look, by the time we get through to the next round of this competition, which we won't be in, everybody could be fit. And that's when you then probably think, well, I wouldn't mind having another game. But as I say, we've had 2 free game weeks since the start of the season, and it's been hard on the boys. But that's not an excuse this weekend. We go into this weekend's game. I'm expecting us to be fully at it. There's no excuses. I'm definitely not saying we played too many games going into this weekend. We'll be fine. The boys will have recovered well from Tuesday's game. Some of them didn't play. So I think we should be fully at it come Saturday.
And also really nice as well to have these next Tuesdays free, so you can fully put all of the energy into those Saturday games.
Definitely, it'd be nice to have a full week on the training ground. Look, I haven't decided what the programme looks like next week yet, but also recovery is important too. I think the boys have a good idea how I want the team to be set up and how we want to play. So yeah, you can always tinker and improve in certain areas, and I think probably in the final third of the pitch we can still get better, and we will get better. But we have to look really. We'll see how Saturday's game goes, and we'll make a decision on what we do next week.